शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरकृष्णे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तिशक्तिकं। श्रीकृष्णचैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 4th chapter, verse number 4. Sri Uddhava is continuing to explain Lord's pastime in Dwarka, and now he is explaining how he made his family members disappear and then he left the planet himself. And he said that all the family members of Krishna, they went to Prabhas, which is a holy place near Dwarka, and there they took bath and gave charity. First they did tarpana for the forefathers, for the Lord, and then they gave charity to the Brahmanas, and after that they fed them, and then with their permission they ate, and by that time they were tired, so then they drank. So if you are tired, you have a peg, then you relax. So they drank, but they drank too much. That was the only problem. Everything has to be done in limit. And because they drank too much, they lost their knowledge. So knowledge is of two types. One is we are always getting knowledge from our senses. That knowledge stays only for 3 moments. First moment, it is created. Second moment, it stays. Third moment, it is gone. And then it creates an impression. And then we remember that. So when we say that somebody is knowledgeable, it does not mean that he has knowledge all the time in his mind. It means it is there in the form of samskaras, impressions. Like you have a computer and there is a screen. So there is only one screen and there is so much in the computer, but everything is not available on the screen. So similarly, there is only few things in the mind at a time, and the rest is inside. So the screen is always getting destroyed. What is on the screen? because knowledge is always changing. It is never stable. You are seeing one thing, then you see another thing, then you see another thing, so the knowledge is changing. But what is inside, that also they lost. And therefore they could not remember. And they lose the memory. If your hard disk is wiped out, then the program doesn't function properly. So then there was a virus. This Varuni was like a virus. So it destroyed the program. The hard disk became corrupt. When it became corrupt, it started throwing all kinds of messages on the screen. So that was the abusive words. And the other person who was seeing the screen, he started getting agitated. So then he is also sending messages back. And that's how the fight started. So tesham mere doshena visamikrita chetasam. Because of this virus of liquor, their hearts, which were sama, which were balanced previously, then they became imbalanced. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, samatvam yoga uchyate. That yoga means balanced, remaining undisturbed in different situations of life. Siddhya siddhya samor bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. We have desires. Sometimes our desires are fulfilled. That is called siddhi. Siddhi means fulfillment of desire. And mostly our desires are not fulfilled. So that is called asiddhi. So our tendency is that when there is siddhi, we are very elated and blissful. And if our desires are not fulfilled, then we are sad, unhappy, depressed, and not in a good mood. So Krishna recommends that you should remain balanced in both situations. So the Yadavas were like that. They had balanced mind or balanced intelligence, balanced heart. So they were samikrita chetasa. But what did this Varuni do? It created an imbalance, disturbance. Disturbance means when the balance is lost. Whether there is a disturbance in your stomach, or disturbance in your mind, or disturbance in your life, or disturbance outside, it all means that the balance is lost. So previously they were all samakrita chetasa. Sama means balanced. Sama also means Lord Krishna. Ma means Lakshmi. And Sama means one who is with Lakshmi, which means Krishna, because he is Lakshmi Narayan. So Samikrit Chetasa means who have Krishna in their heart. Chetasa means heart. So previously they had Krishna in their heart and they acted properly. But now, because of drinking, they forgot that. So therefore they are said here as Visamikrita Chetasa. And because of that, everything was destroyed. So then Bhagavan Krishna, who was observing all this, because Krishna is called Sakshi or Drashta, he is a witness of living beings' actions. and therefore he is not influenced. So he was not influenced. This is the meaning of Vairagya Leela. Previously we read, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said that Lord did Vairagya Leela. Vairagya means indifferent. So although they are his devotees, his family members, they are fighting, killing, but he did not interfere, did not mediate, he was aloof. That is the meaning of Sakshi. So Super Soul is sitting and observing. Good or bad is not influencing him. So he saw their gati, and this gati is the same which was described earlier when it was said mitho yadesham bhavita vivado madhvamada tamra vilochananam nesham badhopaya iyanato anyo mayuddhate antardhavate swayam. And Krishna has this thought in his mind that when they will quarrel with each other and their eyes will be red by drinking this liquor, then they will be killed. Otherwise there is no other means to remove them from this earth. So he saw this happening now, which was his desire. Then he went to Saraswati river and he took bath and did achman for purification and sat down at the root of a banyan tree, a peepal tree, and it will be said later on, Aswatha. So Aswatha is a worshipable tree, and this
one with this long leaves like this and a long
yes. This is the tree which is described in Bhagavad Gita. Urdhmulam Aswatha Aswathamaho Avayam. And this universe is like an Aswatha tree with the roots up, branches down. So this is significance that now he is leaving from this universe. That's why he was sitting at the root. And the root is up, means he is now going up. So Saraswati is knowledge. So he understood, or he knew what he is doing. He was not in ignorance. That is the significance of Saraswati, signifies the Vedas. So he touched that is this. Means he actually established himself in the Vedas. It is another significance. Taking dip in the Saraswati river was that now Krishna is leaving, but he is leaving the Vedas behind him for the posterity, and they can get knowledge. And Aswatha is also sitting there, signifies that he is in the Vaishnavas. Aswatha and Tulsi and Amlaki, these are the trees which are worshipped by Vaishnavas. In Bhakti-Rasamrita Sindhu, where there is a description of 64 limbs of devotion, and there is also worshipping Tulsi or Amla. And this Aswatha tree, they are stated, they are auspicious trees. So then Uddhava says that Aham chokto bhagavata prapannarti harinaha badrim tam prayahiti swakulam sanjaheshana. He said that I was also told by the Lord before that you go to Badrinath. That means Krishna has already ordered him to go to Badri and give the knowledge to the saints there. But Uddhava, he did not go to Badri. Although he was ordered Badri Tvam Prayahi, that he go to Badri, Swakulam Sanjihirshana, because he has decided to wrap up his pastimes and destroy his family members. So he says, although Lord has told this to me, Lord who is Prapanna Arti Harena, who takes away the distress of his devotees, but he did not go to Badri immediately. He came to Prabhas. So now actually left from Dwarka and going to Badrikashram. But from this description, he is saying that he did not go, and he will say, give the reason in the next verse why he did not go. Why he came to Prabhas. Aham cha uktaha purvam eva dwarkayam aham cha. So he says that even before coming here, Lord has informed me that I should go to Badrikashram. Prakash bhedena swasange aham rakshitaha idam ukshanta saraswatyam chakara prayogita uddhava. And he says that by one prakasha, Lord has also kept me with him. And this is described in Bhagavatam. Tatra hetuhu prathme pakshe prapannasya mama artihi स्वविरह पीड़ाम हरति इति तेन द्वितीये अस्मात् लोकाद् उपरत इति वक्ष्यमाण युक्त्या प्रपन्नानां बद्री आश्रम वासिनां स्वांस नारायणादीनां आर्तिं स्वचरितं भक्तिं ज्ञान वैराग्यादि श्रवणेन उत्कंठारूपं हरति तेन. So he is used this word prapanna arti. So he takes two meanings of this, and therefore there are two forms of Uddhava. One is, Lord is called Prapanna Artihara, who takes away the distress of a surrendered devotee. And he says, Uddhava says, because I am surrendered to him, so I am with him. And other meaning is, Lord takes away the distress of those who are surrendered to him, means his devotees, and they were in Badrikashram. So therefore Uddhava went there to remove their distress by teaching them or reciting to them about Krishna Lila. So in both ways he is applying. Says in Badriyashram there are expansions of the Lord Narayana, and to remove their distress means give them happiness of Krishna's pastime in the form of devotion, knowledge, renunciation, who were very eager to hear this. So for that reason, Uddhava was sent there. So why Lord told Uddhava go to Badrikashram? Because Lord is Prapanna Artihara. He wants to remove the distress of his devotees. This is the reason. अथापि तदभिप्रेतं जानन्नहमरुन्दमा पृष्ठतो अन्वगमं भर्तुं पादविश्लेषणक्षणः. He says that, my dear Akrura, although Lord has told me to go to Badrikashram, but I understood his mind and I understood his message that I have to go, but still I did not go, I followed him. And the reason he says that Pada Vishleshana Akshama, that it was not possible for him, for Uddhava, to leave the association of Krishna. So it was just not possible. Therefore he says, I followed behind him. Prishthato Anuvagam. Prishthato means back. So Lord was walking and Uddhava was following him without his knowledge. So quietly he was coming. Bhartuhu Pada Vishleshana Akshana. So I was not able to give up. So Tadabhipretam Yahi iti Bruvanapi. Says that although he told me that you go, but it was not possible. So I followed him. And why he followed this Abhipreta can also be applied, that he understood that really Krishna wanted that he comes there and listens to the message and then goes. So Athapi Tadabhipretam Janan means knowing his internal intention. Says, I did not go immediately. So Vishnav Chakravarti Thakur comments, Tadabhipretam yahi iti bruvanapi Prabhur mam prayo na takshati iti va kul samharadikam. So he says, what was this, the intention of the Lord? Because he says, knowing the intention of the Lord. So he gives different possibilities. One possibility is that although he told that you go, but he intended that I should go after coming to Prabhas. Or he understood that Lord will never leave him, and therefore he walked behind him. Although he is saying go, but he understood that Lord will not leave me. Or he understood that now Krishna is going to destroy his family, and therefore he followed him to see. So this, what was Lord's intention, this is not described, and therefore he is conjecturing on it. And then what did he see? Because Lord walked, obviously he was not following him just few feet. When Lord had left, then after maybe half an hour or so, then he also came. So then he was searching for him. Where is he? He saw all this fight going on and he was not interested in that. So what did he see? He says, Adraksham ekam asinam vichinvam daitam patim Sriniketam Saraswatyam Kritaketam Ketanam. I saw the Lord sitting alone. He was by himself. So he says, I searched, and after searching, I saw him, who is the master of the surrendered devotees. And he is called Sri Niketam because he is the shelter of Sri. And where was he? He was on the bank of Saraswati river. Saraswatyam Krita Ketam, and he had taken a shelter, although there is no shelter for him, because he is everybody's shelter. So although he is Aketanam, but he had taken, because he was sitting under a tree, so he was taking shelter of a tree, although he is Aketanam. Ketanam ashrayo na vidyate yasya tam prakrit vastunam Vastutastada ashritattvaditi bhava. So he says that really speaking, there is no shelter for the Lord, and specifically the material objects cannot give him shelter. But everything is under his shelter. So Kritaketam, it also means that he gave shelter to everything and everybody, but there is no shelter for him. This could be another meaning. So how did he see him? He is describing how Lord appeared. Says Shyamavadatam Vijam Prashanta Arunalochanam Dorbhi Chaturbhi Vritam Pita Kashambarinacha. So he saw the Lord, who was very brilliant and blackish in color or bluish color. So blue color signifies that he is unlimited like the sky. And the sky is blue, although the sky has no color. But if we see, it looks blue. So similarly, Krishna is unlimited like the sky, therefore blue color. And he is very effulgent, Avadatam. Virajam, he is free from material gunas, he is pure, and he was very peaceful. Arunalochanam, with reddish eyes, and he had 4 hands. Dorbhir Chaturbhir Veditam Pita Kaushambarenacha, and he had yellow dress. Pita Kaushambarena. Ambara means dress and Pita Kausha means yellow. So this is how Uddhava, he saw the Lord very peaceful in a very meditative mood. Usually he had not seen him like that, because before that he was more like a householder and participating in family life. But as it was said earlier that Krishna has decided to leave and he has become disinterested in the material world. So now that is seen here, that his mood has changed. So in the next verse he describes how Krishna was sitting. So it says Vamauru Adhishritya Dakshinangri Saroruham Apashritalbhaka Ashwatham Akrisham Tyaktapipalam. So he is sitting with his back to the people tree, and he has put his right foot on the left thigh and relaxing. This is how he was sitting. Vama Uro Adhishrita Dakshinangri Saroruham Apashrita Arbhaka Aswatha. And this Aswatha, this tree, it was not very big. It was a young tree. Usually this people tree lives for a long period, can stay for hundreds of years. But this one was just a baby. Arbhaka means bacha, chota bacha, baby tree. And Aswatham Akrisham, but it was not very thin. Akrisha means thin, it was good size. And Tyakta Pipalam, but he was not eating any fruits. So in the Upanishad there is a verse which says Dvasaparna Saija Sukhaya. And there are two birds who are sitting on Aswatha tree. Dvasaparna Saija Sukhaya and Aswathamekam Parisasvajate in one Aswatha tree. And Eko Atti Swaduphala Manyo Anasnam Abhichakashiti. Out of them, one is eating the fruits and other one is just looking. So here it is said that Tyakta Pippalam, that he is not eating the fruit. This is meaning that he is not participating in the karma. This living being, they perform karma, therefore they eat the fruits. Lord, he is not implicated in karma. Adhishritya upari sthapayitva. So adhishritya means by keeping the right foot on the left thigh. Prishtato avashtabdho asvatho upeto. And the back was touching the tree, this young plant. Yena tam na swatisthati iti asvatha. Asvatha has a meaning. Swa means tomorrow, and Aswa means not tomorrow, and Stha means to exist, like stay, having this. It comes from the root Stha. From Stha comes stay. So Aswatha means which will not stay tomorrow. So why this world is compared to an Aswatha tree? Because the world is not going to be there tomorrow. It's not permanent. It is temporary. And it is very shaky. If you have seen these Aswatha leaves, and they are very shaky. When the wind blows a little bit, they are shaking. They are not stable. Or it can also mean that Ashwa means a horse in Sanskrit, and Ashwatha means standing like a horse. So if you have seen horse, they always have one leg up, right? They stand on three legs. Very peculiar. They don't stand on four legs. They're always keeping one leg on another leg or up. So means not stable. Three leg you can drop. So it says that's why it is called Aswatha. So it says na swa tisthati iti aswatha bhuradi panchapad vibhutir asthira maiki. So because it is made from the five elements like earth, water, air, fire, ether, which are material and unstable, because these elements are not eternal. They will be destroyed after some time. They manifest, then they become unmanifest. So that is the meaning of Maya. Maya does not mean that it is non-existent. Sometimes people think this because it is Maya means it does not exist. Maya means not permanent, or not the way it appears. It is different than what it is perceived. So therefore the world is called Aswatha, like a tree which is temporary. Prishtikrita ityatah param prapanchika loka mam na pashyantu. Why he was keeping the tree to his back. So the tree signifies the world, and now world is on his backside, means that now people will not see me. If you want to see somebody, you have to come in front of him. From the backside, you cannot figure out who is the person. So that means now he is closing his pastimes. Krishna is ever present and he is everywhere. But when he desires that people see him, Sarve Mam Pashyantu, that is called his avatar. And when he decides that now people will not see me, that is called an avatar. Going back to his own abode. So that is the significance of tree being on his backside. And why it is said that this this people tree or this aswatha tree is like a baby, young, not very old. So for that it says that Arbhak padena sarva brahmandesu madhye asya brahmandasya ati kshudratvam vyanjati. Says by saying that this people is not very old or it's a young plant, it signifies that among all the Brahmandas, because there are many universes, so this universe is very insignificant. So don't feel very proud. We become very proud of ourselves, and we always find some reason to be proud. But he says that even this Brahmanda is not worthy to be of proud. Even if you think that we own this Brahmanda, this universe, still don't feel proud, because he says this is Ati Kshudra, most insignificant among the Brahmandas. So in this big universe, Earth is only one planet. Millions and billions of stars there in the sky, and so vast that there are stars from where the light traveling at the speed of 1,86,000 miles per second takes millions of years to reach here. Such a vast universe. Out of that we have one planet, and we are living in one corner, one small. And we can also be proud. But he's saying that even this universe is a ati kshudratva. So it is a very insignificant among the Brahmandas. So there is a story that once Brahma went to see Lord Krishna in Dwarka. When he went on the gate, and gatekeepers were dutiful. They were not sitting and watching television or sleeping. They were actually at the gate. So they stopped him. And he says, "You are not allowed." He says, "No, please give a message that Brahma has come." And Brahma was thinking that I am so important person in this universe. I am Brahma, born from the lotus navel of the Lord. So he said, "Okay, please have a seat, relax, you can watch a video and we will give the message." So they went inside, they told the Lord that somebody by the name of Brahma has come to see him. So the Lord said, "Which Brahma?" So they said, "That we don't know, he just said that he is Brahma." So he said, "Go and ask him." So they went and asked him, "Which Brahma are you?" So Brahma was confused because he thought he is the only one. Because ego means you are the only one. If there are more like you, then you don't feel proud. Only when you think you are special, you are very significant and unique, then you feel proud. So when he heard which Brahma, he was confused. He said, please tell them Brahma with 4 heads. So they went. He said, okay, send him in. So he went. Then when he went, he was very curious. He says, please, I have a doubt before I say anything. He says, what is your doubt? He says, are there more Brahmas? He says, Brahmas? What are you asking? There are millions of Brahmas. And then Krishna called them. So all the Brahmas from the different universes started coming, and they were paying obeisances to Krishna. And they were all bigger than him, because he was only having 4 heads, and these other Brahmas were having 6 heads, 8, 12, 15, 100, 1,000, million heads. Because the Brahma is according to the size of the universe. So this guy has only 4, and there are Brahmas with 4 million heads, and billion heads, and trillion heads. So when Brahma saw this, he realized that he is nobody. So that's why he says that Arbhakpadena sarva brahmandesu madhye asya brahmandasya ati kshudratvam vinditam. That what does this signify? This is symbolism. That it signifies that this is the most insignificant universe in the whole creation. This is the smallest of all. All other universes are bigger than this. Then he says Tyakta Pippalam, that he has given up the fruit. So he says Samapti Krita Etad Brahmanda Vilasam. That meaning is that now he has concluded his pastimes in this universe. Because before that he was performing various activities, but now he has decided to leave. So leaving does not mean that he really went somewhere, that is just to show. It is described that one chariot came, he sat in that and he left. But actually where will he go? Where will he go? So that is just to show that he became invisible to the eyes of people here. Means his pastimes are not available to us anymore. That is the significance of Tyakta Pippala. Pippal Shabdena Shrutya Visha Sukha. The word Pippal in the Shruti, in the Vedas, means the objects of senses. So Pippal actually means the fruit of the tree. But that fruit signifies the enjoyment which comes from sense objects. Because when you perform action, you get some result from that. So the meaning is that he has decided now not to engage any activities here. So when he was sitting like this, then what happened? That somebody else also came there. Tasmin Mahabhagavato Dvaipayana Suhit Sakha Lokan Anucharan Siddha Asasada Yadrichaya. So at that time, by the will of the Lord, a perfected sage who is a friend of Vyasdev, while wandering on the face of the earth, has come there, he came there. And he is called here as Mahabhagavat, he is a great devotee. So this was Maitreya, because Maitreya is the one who is going to speak to Vidura from next chapter onwards. So just as Uddhava has heard Gita from Krishna, which is described in the 11th canto, Maitreya also heard it. And Lord has told to Maitreya that you please give this knowledge to Vidura. So Uddhava went to Badrik ashram and Maitreya was in Haridwar. So Vidura went to Haridwar because Vidura was an old man. He could not go to Badrik ashram. How he will go? Walking. There was no road in those days. Now of course they need road. So Lord, being compassionate, gave this knowledge to Maitreya also. And he was just in Haridwar, not even in Rishikesh. Because Rishikesh also you have to walk. No bus. So Haridwar is just at the foothills down. And Vidura was not very far from there. Because Vidura is from Hastinapur. Hastinapur is before Haridwar. So Vidura could walk, meet to him and hear from him. Dvapayano Vyasa. Dvapayan is Vyas. Swaguru Putratvat Sruhit Sakha Chayasya Sa Maitreya. So Maitreya was a disciple of Parashar. Parashar Shishya. And Parashar was the father of Vyas. So that's why they were friendly. Because one is the son, the other is the disciple of Parashar. So Vedvyas was the son of Maitreya's guru. And therefore he said here that Dvapayan Sruhit Sakha. He was a very intimate friend. Heart-to-heart relationship with Dvapayan. Because it is natural if somebody has a guru and guru has a son, then you make friendship and respect for the son also, and especially Vyasdev was not ordinary son. He was very learned and actually an avatar of Krishna. So that's why he said that Sruhit Sakha. Yadrichaya Akasmadev. And he happens to be there just by some accident. He was not planning to be there. He did not know that Krishna is there. Nor was he invited for this party. Just reached suddenly. So when these two people came and Krishna was sitting, then he looked at them. Tasyanuraktasya munirmukunda pramoda bhavanat kandharasya ashrinvato ma manuragahasa samikshaya visramayam vacha. So at that time, Lord, looking with great love and smiling and removing the tension of Uddhava, he spoke while Maitreya was also there. And Maitreya was very much devoted to Krishna. Tasyanuraktasya munir pramoda bhavanata kandharas. So it is described there that he is very much devoted to the Lord, and because of that his shoulders were bent out of devotion and honor and respect. And he was holding his body in a particular manner which signifies devotion to Krishna. very humble and surrendered. Not that he was standing with his chest open and being very proud, but in a very great humility he was standing there. So while he heard, then Lord spoke to Uddhava. So although it is described here that Maitreya was a great devotee, tasyanuraktasya munir mukunda, and pramod bhavanata kandarasya, and out of happiness seeing Krishna he was a little bit bowing down. Yet Krishna did not speak to him directly, he addressed Uddhava. तस्य अनुरक्त इत्यादि विशेषण विशिष्टस्य अपि मामेव उवाच. Says although here it is described that Maitreya was a great devotee, yet Lord spoke to me only, Uddhava. Tasmadapi swasya premaspadapadhikyam vandikam. So by this it is indicated that Uddhava was a greater devotee, or Lord had more affection for Uddhava than Maitreya. Otherwise, why he will speak? Ateva Shashti. So that's why the sixth case has been used. Anuragasya hasaha prakasho. And Lord made it known that he has love for Uddhava. So that is the meaning of Anuraga hasa. Expansion of his love. Taya samikshaya. And how it was known? Because of his looks. Anurag hasabhyam yuktya samikshaya. So either Anurag has can means that expansion of his love, or has can also mean smiling, that he had affection, and while smiling then he spoke. Vishramayan mam vigata virha sramam kurum. And just by his looks he took away the fatigue of Uddhava. So Uddhava felt very relaxed in that atmosphere, because he is going to speak some very prominent knowledge. If you have read 11th Canto, then there is a long dialogue between Uddhava and Krishna. So for that one has to be in a very peaceful mind, not disturbed. Although it was a very disturbing situation for Uddhava, because he knows that he has to be separated from the Lord. But just by his glance and smile, he assured him and made him comfortable. And then he spoke to him, beginning from the next verse. And that we will read in the next class. And tomorrow is Ashtami, so no class. Yes.
Is it usual for somebody else to be present when Krishna speaks tattva? Is it usual for somebody else to be present when Krishna speaks tattva? Like when Krishna was speaking on the Balagurukashitra Sanjay, he was able to witness it. Right? And now we've got Maitreya witnessing, not being directly involved, but witnessing it, what was said and things like that. Is that a usual pattern, or is
Because somebody has to speak it for the benefit of
that's what I
others.
was thinking, yeah.
Otherwise, only one person will benefit. So Maitreya spoke to Vidura.
A question about this being aloof from whatever was going on between his sons and nephews and relatives. So Krishna was ready to close his staying
Stay.
Yeah, he stayed. So then the question is, they lost their discrimination power because of this Varuni. They were out of balance.
Mm.
So in this case is because this was the Krishna's will, and the things happened like that.
Yes.
But in other case, when somehow devotees are out of balance because of some reason, I'm thinking that he's taking action to put again this balance into people by teaching or by giving example or by creating another situation.
Yeah, of course, those who are not perfected devotees, they have to learn. So for them, it is a sadhana.
Yeah. So then Krishna is always acting in that way also.
He is teaching. In case of them, he was not teaching them, he is teaching us. They don't drink.
Through them.
And those who are practicing devotees, he is teaching them through their own life. So it is we who have to learn from their activities and also from our own situations in our life.
It is mentioned that Krishna changed his mood. His mood changed from grihasta to renunciation. So my understanding is that a change of mood actually really changes everything in your life, or your perception of everything in your life.
Yes.
What do the devotees need to learn from this? Because Krishna just said Haribol to his family and went on to his other business according to his change of mood.
Well, we have to learn that we have to see the situation and act accordingly. Sometimes you have to be in a particular mood, in a particular situation, or particular state of mind. So you have to have that to do something. If you are doing puja, worship, chanting, or you are receiving guests, or you are doing service to somebody, the moods are different. So Krishna also did that. Whatever was necessary for him to have a particular mood, then he manifested that.
Moods are quite flickering. They can
Well,
be
in our
quite-
case, they are flickering.
Yeah. But these actions are quite drastic, so they don't go together. Flickering moods and drastic actions.
So that's why we have to have control over the flickering moods. That is the meaning of balancing.
Balancing again, yes.
The devotees who was drinking Varuni, the devotees who was drinking Varuni, they was drunken,
Yeah.
but they are all pure devotees, yes?
Yes.
So they mean this was just temporary.
Just,
Temporary.
yeah, of course.
And this Srila.
They are not drinking every day.
So this means there is no fall down.
No.
Upwards, not downwards.
It's just plain.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
It's like you do a play on the stage.
Yeah, that's good.
You have to drink on the stage. You don't really drink. You
Mm.
make a show.
Yeah.
You have a champagne bottle, but there is inside Coke.
Wrong colour.
Of course, they cannot fall down. They are always with a.
No fun.
Uddhava saw Krishna with 4 arms under the peepal tree. Uddhava, is from what I remember you saying, Uddhava, he saw Krishna with 4 arms
Yeah.
under the pipal tree, but is that would be an unusual vision for him, because in Dwarka would he be around with 4 arms?
He used to switch.
Okay.
As his mood is changing, his hands also change. So when his mood is more Madhurya, then 2 hands. When his mood is more Aishwarya, then 4 hands. So hands go along with the mood.
Yes, mood again. Yes.
But with the gopis he is with 2 hands, no?
Yeah.
Yes.
But sometimes also with 4, no?
Only once.
Once. But they cannot worship him, no? With 4 hands.